My name's Jill Tatham, and I've been teaching ESL for over 20 years. I've taught ESL in Quebec and South Korea, and now I'm teaching at an international high school in Vancouver. What I like about Nancy's Jigsaws with a group of adolescents is the pace. It really keeps the students on task because they're divided in sections, so they have a short time to memorize a piece and they get down to it. Then they have something to follow. Once they've got that, they've got another exercise to do, which is maybe a different skill, asking questions and interacting in a small group. Then they can write some answers down and ask questions, followed by discussion. There's always something to do next. They're never sitting there waiting for you to tell them what to do because they know to go on to the next task. You can be focusing on another group who are on the second part of the jigsaw, whereas another group's on the third. It doesn't matter. Then you can return to that group and check with them and make sure that they've covered what you're trying to teach. So there's always something to do. They're not bored. The books I use most often are, in my ESL Social Studies class, I use the Canada books. In my ESL Science, I use the environmental jigsaws. And in the conversation class, I use the holiday books and some of the thematic jigsaws. Callan's jigsaws are fantastic in a multi-level class. The stories are divided into 4 parts. If one of the students is very low, that student need only remember one line of the story. And that student can also be partnered with a more higher student who can coach the lower student and they can work together. Currently, I have a very multi-level class. And what I'm doing is I'm using the lower and higher versions of the same book so that I can teach some of the vocabulary that overlaps and they can work together. It works very, very well. I'd really recommend these books to anybody in ESL. When I came across them in 2003, I was so happy about how enthusiastic my students were. It's so nice to be in the classroom and everybody's chatting away and you don't hear their native language. It's all in English. Everybody's talking to each other. They have the proper vocabulary and all the preparation is done for you. The class could last 2 hours and it goes by very quickly. Everybody's happy at the end and it's a really, really fun lesson.